lost in the dark. It's about to be one wild race. Tape down, tailgate slam, dust on loose, badge on the cam. Small town pride, big stage fight. All eyes locked on the stripe tonight. It's Friday night NASCAR on the FWM network. Four wide, door to door, turn it up, let it hurt. From the short track speedways out to the dirt. Four wide motorsports, light it up, let it burn. The heat waves dance on the backstretch. Spotters call tied on the headset. One more lap till legends are made. Name on the wall, a fade away. Friday night NASCAR on the FWM network. Four wide, door to door, turn it up, let it hurt. From the short track speedways out to the dirt. Four wide motorsports, light it up, let it burn. Fire in the pipes, thunder in the seats. From the shop floor grind to the big show heat. This is your night, this is your turn. Four wide motorsports, let the horses run. Tonight, it's Friday night NASCAR on the FWM network. Four wide, door to door, turn it up, let it hurt. From the short track speedways out to the dirt. Four wide motorsports, light it up, let it burn.
Worthington. Carlson's up there in 6th. Mancini drops to 7th. And Walters is up in the top 10, doing really well. Cannon dropped back to 10th. So, and we got our first caution of the race. We got the 39 around, a couple more cars around, and more cars coming through the field. No one's able to slow down as more cars from the back of the field just plow through everybody. Unfortunately, we got a big wreck. First caution of the race comes out on lap 4, and that will bring out your yellow flag for the first time of this race. We got Michael Cole with a meatball flag. Here comes the replay. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I apologize for the audio. Man, you did such a great entrance and everything too, but I'm showing we are live voice-wise now anyway, as we are on board with Drew King. I'm showing him involved in this accident, but it just looks like to me he slowed down enough to kind of get us an alert going. But I don't think he was the culprit.
No, yeah, that happened well in front of him, and he was just about the only one that slowed down because everybody else in front of him went right through that, unfortunately.
Yeah, let's see who was, I'm not sure who was right in front of the two. Get a better angle.
Yeah, this should be a good look at it. Oh, no, this is the pack that drove through everybody. See, the crash already happened there. That was the 9, 8.
Yeah, let's see if
Fulton
we can
Alderman
back it
from
up.
hometown Montana.
I see the 38 was involved.
I'd just like to ask the folks at home if they could hear us now and everything's okay and we're back on track.
Yeah, I'm showing we should be. That was a producer error, by the way.
Oh, yeah, look at that. The 39 and the 8 kind of get together and stack up everybody. But watch this group come in behind this and take out everybody as they're sliding across the field there. Excellent. I'm glad we got some confirmation from the fans. Guys, sorry about the intro there, but welcome into 4 Wide Motorsports here at Michigan for the Michigan 160 on 4 Wide Network. We're glad you could hear us now, and we're working through our first caution, and yeah, we got plenty of more racing to go because that one came out on lap 4. And see a couple guys coming in through the pits. As we got a live look at the field coming around. Not quite doubled up quite yet. I think this would be the one to go here. Pace lights are still on.
Man, did you see how many cars were on that back straightaway? I mean, all the way.
Yeah, just about that whole.
Yeah, the whole straightaway, man. Oh my goodness.
Well, this is Michigan, and Michigan's a fast track, and like I said, these cars are set up the way Golden Chef designs, the Golden Chef race shop set up these shops. They are on a rail, and they are just so fast around this 2-mile track, and that 18 degrees of banking into the corners, they could just almost hold it wide open, just about. Once these tires get really worn in and the track rubber's in, you could hold it wide open in this setup and just keep going. So I'm sure those guys came around the corner, saw the wreck in front of them, and just had no time to slow it up.
Well, right before that caution there, Chooch, I was going to ask you in your testing. I didn't know if you did it in a single car testing or out there with a group or whatever, but I was just wondering how well these cars draft with one another. Do they get a really good run in the draft, or they get aero tight? Or can you just talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we didn't do too much drafting. I know Carlson and Hunter Carlson and Wayne Cannon were drafting, and so I didn't do too much drafting. I was just cruising around the track. I did a couple fast laps and then a couple long runs just to see how the car handled. But from what I heard, the car was very, very fast in the draft, and it just handled so well. It did get a little loose further in the run, but you got to expect that with one tire. So pace car is in, and we're going to go green flag racing once more once we cross the starting zone here. Daniel Michel has control, and he fires off the 113 to follow as the 19 of Chris Golden's right there with them. Here comes that neon orange, neon yellow, sorry, and purple car of Hunter Carlson. You ain't gonna miss that one today. But see, you got all sorts of lines on the in these corners. You got that low line, the middle line, high line. There's plenty of room on this track, but it narrows down on the back stretch. And then when you come around the corner here, just all the room in the world up to that D. Guys are going to be all over the place on the track, so you've got to be really careful who's on your inside, who's on your outside. Really trust your spotter as we go 3 wide down the front stretch here. You see the one, and I think it was the 45 there, 46, sorry, of Wilson in a good draft right there for a second. .46 drops back a little bit as he loses the one. He gave him a good push. Down the back stretch they go. Yeah, this is a great looking group of cars right here. Some of the biggest names here: Mitchell, Dillon, Rossini, Sarmit, Golden, Worthington, Baker, Hunter Carlson, Cannon, Gainey. All these guys are capable, and they're all running up front. 10 laps out of 80, no stage breaks. Actually, if you could bring up that for me, the race details, we'll go over that. So we got 80 laps here, and 160 miles is the distance. No stage break. Tires, they got 2 in the pit, so this pair and 2 more in the pits. Fast repairs will have 1, and of course 1 green-white checkered attempt. So these guys got plenty of chances and plenty of tire to make it through. I think the gas is about 20 laps or so, 22 laps in the distance on a full tank. As you see, some great action here, almost 3 wide. Oh, 1 into the wall. He bounces off the wall, but lets a couple guys go by him. Well, yeah, so you're going to have to double stent a tire break here. That's going to get ugly. Because, like I said, once these tires wear out, the car does get a little loose. You do scrub off some speed. So it'll be interesting to see what strategies do people double stent right away, save their good tires for last. Do you double stent in the middle, or do you double stent right at the end, depending on what the cautions are like and where everybody is, and if you have friends. Oh, look at this, 3 wide in the back, and that corner. Oh, up in the air. The 12 gets wings and learns how to fly. We are yellow flag, and that's brought to you by Featherston. Again, I did not know this race was, I apologize because I did not know this was a sponsored race. Oh, that was an old. All right, no, not a problem. Our second caution of the race comes out at lap 13, and as you can see, the 12 got airborne there, took flight, got his wings. A bunch of chaos down on the back stretch. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it looks like C12 just jumps over the 8, and that crash was up front, 3 wide, just run out of room. Looks like the 89 just gets turned, goes straight into the wall. 12 has nowhere to go, uses the 89 as a ramp, and he was up in the air for a good couple seconds there.
Yeah, it looks like to me maybe the 46. Let's take it to the chopper view here and see if we can back it up and really see. So it all started with the 80 or the 89 into 46 and the 53.
Well, I wanna go back a little bit. So we're here. If you take it forward here, you're going 3 wide into the corner, and you'll see the 53 kind of runs out of room. It gets real tight with the 46, and the 89 sliding up the track. So the 46 really has nowhere to go. The 89 sliding up the track, and it gets real tight for him. And then they just get into each other. And I just can't. I would like a still picture. I know we got a couple guys um, uh, that do still photos for us, but we got to have that still photo of the 12 up in the air like that. That's amazing. Look at that, guys. You do not see that every day. What an amazing shot right there. And that's something NASCAR is not going to give you, a shot like that. That's what iRacing can bring you. Because I'm sure if NASCAR saw something like that, they would not want to broadcast that at all.
Yeah, I gotta save that there just for a second in case someone wants to get a screenshot of that. So anyway, wow.
Absolutely amazing. And that's the 12 of who's that? That's Yogi Schleer, right? Yeah, poor Yogi goes airborne. He'll get his wings after the race. I'm gonna tell you what. If that's not the move of the race or the wreck of the race by the end of this one, I'll be real surprised, because that you don't see every day. And that gives Mitch Wilson a meatball, and he's been in the pits for an extended period of time, along with Keith Pittman with a black flag. He's sitting in the pits for over a minute now. And Bradley Young had to come in for almost a 2-minute pit stop to fix his damages. So with that one fast repair, I'm sure on a 2-mile long track, the speeds they're running, you're not getting little damage. You're getting big damage, and you're going to use those fast repairs in any little fender bender you get into here. So yeah, those guys are out of fast repairs, have to come in and get their car fixed manually, putting the pit crew to work.
A lot of cars here tonight. A lot of cars.
There's 32 on the grid, and we still have 30 of the 32, or 29 of the 32 on the lead lap. So that just tells you still early in the race, 15 laps down. I'm sure we're getting about 5, maybe 5 to 8 laps till pit stops, fuel stops. Some of these guys have already come in for service. I'm sure they taken fuel, so that mixes up the strategy, and it's going to flip the field around quite a bit. But something you guys will have to watch for as this goes on. But we're about to cross the start zone, and they are there. And we got Chris Golden taking us through the starting zone. Out to a great start. Worthington and Whittick right behind him. Alderman, Weevil, those guys in tow. And that's the other thing I worry about is guys that get off. You see these guys shoot out like a cannon from the restart zone, but if you don't have somebody pushing you and you don't have somebody behind you, you tend to fall off a bit, and these guys from the back tend to, catch up with you real quick. So you got to watch out for these guys getting way off to a huge start like this. Oop. Do we have the third caution? We have another caution. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
that's why they got off to such a good jump. That there was a big caution on the start.
Oh man,
it looks like the outside line went slow, and the freight train caused Drew King to get out of line there, and up against the wall he went. Yeah, it looks like the 03 doesn't get off to a good start. Missed a shift or something. The 58 checked up. Wayne Cannon and the 29 checked up there. And then everybody else behind. Uh, just, great train. And unfortunately, Michael Cole's got a meatball out of that one. Alex Wilson's got a meatball. And Drew King got some substantial damage, and off to the pits he went.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like the 02 may be the caboose in this particular train action here. You don't want to be the caboose whenever there is freight train action going on.
Oh, yeah, some hard hits there. Ooh, the 16 gets into, yeah, that's where Michael Cole got his black flag from. That was a hard hit.
Wow.
You see Alex Wilson, he's another one with a meatball flag. Look at the front wheel wobbling around on that, broke that tooling.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, it doesn't drive good like that.
And all that is the result of just one person missing a shift on a restart and not being, I mean, I'm not really, criticizing anybody. I'm just saying that's all it takes, especially on the restarts where everybody's nose to tail. And in these cars, I mean, we'll even take a look at it real quick in the 84. I mean, when you're lined up behind somebody and on their bumper, that's about all you can see. You might be able to see the car in front of him a little bit. But if they start checking up 5 or 6 rows up in front of you, you have no idea what's going on until you're shoved up underneath the car that's in front of you.
Yeah, you really got to drive, 3 or 4 cars ahead of you, and that's where live spotting comes in. Because the iRacing spotter, AI spotter that you have in the program isn't as sharp as somebody looking ahead for you. But unfortunately, that's what these guys have to deal with. So you really got to look ahead and put your car in a position where you could see in front of you a couple rows to make sure that everybody's firing off all at the same time. I know, there is a wide variety of equipment these guys use, from the novice cheap stuff to professional grade equipment that you could spend thousands on. And I've heard of guys in cheap equipment and the most expensive equipment missing shifts or something not engaging right. So, and look, they do it in the pros too. NASCAR guys miss shifts all the time. So it's bound to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. One that comes to memory most recently was Lee Pulliam in Martinsville, running the O'Reilly series near the end of the race. Missed the shift and caused a big pile up as well.
Yeah, as we come across the starting zone again, we got 2 new leaders, Alderman and I keep saying his name, Nadelson. Sorry about that, number 3 or number 2. I'll just call you Colin because that last name trips me up all the time. But Colin out to a great start in third place already. Bloomer second, and the 9 of Alderman in first. And look at our buddy up. What is he up? 25 spots. Bill Caranzi and Paul Dillon up 25 spots. 3rd and 4th and 5th right now.
I think you just gave him the broadcaster curse there.
What happened? Something happened. He didn't get off to a good start, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He was up there running up top.
Looks like his car's a little underpowered.
Yeah, we're still under green.
I wonder if he just dropped back to take a pit stop. Maybe he's out of gas or something. I know the distance for a full tank is 20 laps or so. But I wonder if he just ran it out of gas and had to get drop to the inside to get gas. I don't know.
Yeah, I was hoping to be able to interview him tonight.
Oh, you know what, Tracy? Everybody's come in for a pit stop already. I'm. So, oh no, why'd they
Yeah,
come in for
it
pit?
was.
Maybe have gas.
Yeah. That must have been what happened while we were looking at the replay angles and everything. Everybody must have pit and came in and got gas, except for Bill. And he's probably wishing right now that he did stop for some gas.
Yeah, these guys have been mixing it up all race. You know, different leaders here. I think we had what 4 or 5 different leaders already in 23 laps. The action has been unbelievable. Michigan's always been a great race for action-packed race. I love when any series comes here. Well, any of the bigger series with a lot of horsepower, you're going to get a lot of action. These cars fly around this track. The speeds here are up to, 180, 190 miles an hour. In ARCA cars, that's insanely fast. Maybe 170, 180, I think. I don't think they're 190 yet. You got Jano Jones moving into the top 10 just now. He's up 22 spots. No surprise there. Always coming from the back, but he's making his charge up early in this race. Now Paul Dillon takes the lead, so there's another change for the lead right there. Paul Dillon out in front now. And we've seen Paul Dillon in front so many times this season, so many times last season. And it just seems like something always happens to him towards the end of the race. So, keep an eye on that 113 and what he could do for the rest of this race, because he's up there all the time. It just seems like there's something that he can't break through that curse he's had the last few seasons.
Yeah, we need to remind Paul to get gas. Get fuel, Paul.
Yes. Paul has a tendency to push his gas limits, and so doesn't Hunter. Good look at Wayne Cannon and the Hooters car there.
He's having a good run tonight.
North Carolina. Yeah, he is. He's been doing well. He not only is he having a good run tonight, Tracy. I know he took apart his rig just the other day and reconstructed his whole rig. Got some new equipment. So this is the first time he's racing with his new equipment right now, which he's doing an amazing job, guys. He passes and takes the lead away from Dillon, and they're side by side still going into turn 1. I suspect Wayne will take the low. Oh, and look at the 10. The 10 goes way down low. Scrubs off a little bit of tire there. Here comes Wayne, keeping it low on the low side. Paul Dillon strong on the outside. Wayne slots it in between the 9 and the 113. 9 loses some momentum there. You'll notice there in that shot, the 25 of Mitchell he's and another caution. We got our 4th caution of the race.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. I am showing that it's with the 38.
Ooh, the 2 comes up and clips Jack Kelly there. Jack Kelly goes around. Everybody gets by.
Well, that's as about as lucky as you can get in an incident here in Michigan. He more or less just kind of got knocked sideways and spun through the asphalt. Very little damage, if any. And on top of that, the caution flag came out, because I would have anticipated that thing would stay green. I've seen it stay green a number of times in situations like that.
Yeah, I don't necessarily understand some of these cautions. iRacing likes to call, and then others they don't. But it seemed like he had control of the car the whole time and was able to, stay on the track. But uh, real quick there, we're gonna go over some race sponsors, and I'll go over Tracy. One that you like very well is Eastern Technical Designs. Eastern Technical Design Company provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Service includes architectural rendering, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. Construction drawings include all necessary structural, building, plumbing, mechanical, and electrical plans as required to produce a finished building and or structure. This company is owned by the one, the only, Tracy Brown, the producer here at FWMN. If you are in the eastern region of North Carolina, look up ETD up. Look up ETD up for any of your drafting needs. Mr. Tracy Brown, hard at work over there at Eastern Technical Designs, and hard at work here behind the cameras.
Yes, sir, Reed, man. Great job, Chooch. That's my favorite sponsor, Reed, for sure. Absolutely. Glad to be a part of Four Wide Motorsports here, and the Four Wide Motorsports Network. And glad to be working with you as well, man. Always a pleasure.
We are definitely glad to have you along with us, Tracy. We could not do this without you, and the product is absolutely wonderful. The camera angles, the replays, everything, buddy. We really do appreciate all your time and your hard work. So big thank you to Tracy for putting this on for us.
I appreciate it, Chooch. Big thank you as well. I'm glad you're here every Friday night. It would get kind of lonely if you weren't, and I would really have my hands full.
Yeah, no, I try to make it every Friday night. I enjoy doing this. I love the four wide action. Four Wide Motorsports bring on some great action. These guys that show up each and every week to race, they really put on a good show. And that's what it's all about. They just want to give a good show to the fans. You're going to have incidents in racing. You're going to have cautions. You're going to have guys mixing it up. Tempers flare sometimes. But all in all, it's a great group of guys that are putting on a good show. And I'm happy to be a part of it and happy to be announcing here.
And we're glad you're doing it too, buddy. But
excellent, man. Excellent.
I noticed during that caution that Paul Dillon took our advice, and he must have the stream going in the background. And so he went in there and got a splash of fuel. I don't think he took any tires that time, though. But it did save him some track position.
Yeah, no, that's good for him. I hope he does get the fuel, and let's see, he'll fire off in second place on the outside of Thornton there in the 31. Look who's up front there in row 2. Inside row 2 is Daniel Michelle. On the outside of him is Wayne Cannon, Bloomer, Alderman. Chris Golden's been very quiet up there in the top 10. Sunderman in 8th. Gainey 9th. Jones 10th. Jones come from the back of the field. Walters in the 99 and 11th. Willis in 12th. As we go across the restart zone and they fire off, the 113 gets a late start. It looked like Wayne Cannon got a big push by the 8. Had to hold on to it as the 10 goes up the middle for 3 wide in the first row there. Looks like a lot of guys are going 3 wide. Chris Golden stuck in the middle of 3 wide. There's 3 wide, rows and rows back here. These guys are giving nothing up. Oh, as we got some contact. Chris Golden sideways. Danny Michelle sideways. Oh, and we got a caution. Oh, the rest of the field goes around. This is the big one, guys. This is even bigger than the one we had on lap 4. As Chris Golden hard into the wall, sustains a lot of damage. There's that 34 car, and once again, already sustained some big damage earlier in the race. Gonna have to go back in to get it fixed. We got meatballs everywhere. I got Jack Kelly with the meatball, Steve Castle with the meatball, Dallas Sunderman, Kevin Thornton, Bradley Young, Wayne Cannon's got a meatball now. These guys are all gonna have to come into the pit. You see, it was kind of a rough restart there. Guys were just all over the place, and it opened up the door for 3 wide, rows and rows back. Like I said, you got all this room. Look at how much room you got coming into the corner, and then coming out of the corner. Look how tight it's gonna get. It just gets so tight. Guys banging off the doors, trying to get position there.
Yeah, look at the 10 and the 29. Right
Yeah,
here.
it looked like.
That may be where all this started right here.
Yep.
I'm not sure. Oh, man, I got to back it up even further than that.
No, I think that's pretty good because right there, the 10 gets a little washed up the track right there. I think he thought the 31 looks like the 31 was coming up, so the 10 wanted to give the 31 some room. But Wayne Cannon's right there on the outside. Now, once Wayne Cannon goes up the track, it looks like he's trying to overcorrect and comes back down the track and takes out Chris Golden. Chris Golden takes out the 25. The 31 there goes around. Here we go. A nice picture of Wayne Cannon's car there. Yeah, Wayne Cannon's trying to keep the tires underneath him and comes down the track and just causes a domino effect there.
Yeah, so that impact right there from the 10 was harder than what I initially thought. Because if you listen right here, you can hear the 10 get into the side of it. I didn't even know if they had made contact. Right there. And then it gets Wayne just a little bit loose, pointing to the inside.
Yeah, look at that. It's just a pinball. You might as well throw a bunch of little cars in a washing machine and watch them go around, because that's exactly what that was like.
Just one more quick view of everything from the big eye in the sky.
Yeah, and look at how bunched up these guys all are in those first 2 rows. 3rd row coming back with a head of steam there. And just unbelievable. Nowhere to go. Look at all these guys coming from the back.
Oh.
Oof.
Bradley Young, I just saw, got into another incident. That might do him in for tonight.
Now, I just want to bring that back. Just real. You see, and I'm just, this is just me as a racer myself, but you see how long this straight is. From this point, go ahead and pause it. From right now, you're seeing smoke up ahead. So right now, you want to be off the throttle and on the brakes. Well, look how fast some of these cars come through, like they're just going to make it. And there's nowhere for them to go. Because, you don't see how big that accident, that crash is from way back there. So I'm sure a lot of these guys thought it maybe 1 or 2 cars spinning out. There was no way for them to tell how many cars were actually all the way across the field.
Yeah, and I could be wrong, but I think this 38 really kind of goes through there like a ball. There's the smoke. Get on the brakes, man.
Yeah, he was looking for a hole that was not there. Jack Kelly.
Yeah, it looked like it was there for an instant, but I think it would have been much better to pause it. Get on the brakes. Live to fight another day.
Oh, absolutely.
As
the pace car goes in.
Yeah.
We got Paul Dillon up front and Hayden Bloomer outside of him. Grace Gainey, Ian Whittick in the first few rows there. Paul Dillon gets out to a great jump with 54 in tow. These guys are trying to spread out now. Less of a action-packed restart there. Guys are single-filed right off the bat versus the 3 wide of the last restart there.
Yeah, and how about Bryce Gainey? I think he was one of the drivers that ended up having to take an EOL at the start of this race. Already worked his way back up to second. Now fixing to fall back to third, I think, depending on what the 84 does.
Yeah, absolutely right. It doesn't show how many spots he's made because of the scoring tower, but yeah, he was all the way in the back. I don't know if he got there because as you can remember, the restart went off while guys were trying to get to the back, and that caused kind of a confusing restart at the beginning. But I don't know how many of those EOL guys made it all the way in the back before that start.
Chooch, that's a daggone good point. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that was a chaotic start. I think some guys were trying to fall to the back. Essentially, the green flag fell before they had a chance to make it all the way back there.
Yeah, no. Very interesting start of this race. Been a very interesting start of these laps. We got 44 to go, so we're just over half, or just reaching halfway now. A couple more laps there. You see Chris Golden, and the two almost got up into Chris Golden. See, these cars are getting loose, so I guarantee you Colin there is on a double stent and doesn't have the tires he would like to have, because he does keep washing up the track quite a bit there. So he's going to have to be careful and back up those corners a little bit more and find that traction with that car. As we look at the 54 and the 10 going nose to tail right there, getting a great run down the back. You see, as soon as the 10 gets away from the 54 slowed right down. He had a great push by the 10, and they were going real fast. But once they break that draft, that car slows right back down. You lose quite a bit of momentum.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep the camera right in car here with Hayden Bloomer in the 10 car. Just see what kind of effect
beautiful
the draft.
See, you could hear these cars. I mean, look at the RPMs there on the dash. You know, these guys are almost full power. You know, they're at 6,600, 6,700 RPM. But look on the straightaway. They get up to maybe 7.5 here on the straightaway. And
wow, what a run! Hayden
what a
just
move there. But you see, they're only taking, you know, another, you know, couple hundred off that RPM, so they're not lifting too much.
Yeah, but what I found so interesting is the closing rate that the 10 had on the other two cars, Paul Dillon and the 54 of Gainey. But just as soon as he pulled to the inside to pass them, it was like NASCAR at Talladega or something. Just kind of like he left his by making that move, he kind of left himself out to dry.
Yeah, well, you gotta keep in mind too is some of these guys are trying to double stent here. So you know, a lot of guys are getting these real fast runs, and it looks like they're getting real fast runs because they have fresher tires than guys that are trying to double stent their tires, and they're gonna fall back in the track. Like you see the 25 of Michelle just driving through the field like that. I guarantee he's on a little fresher tires than the guys up front. Yeah, it looks like everybody up front has like a 13 lap stint on their tires. Actually, no, you know what, Tracy, I'm mistaken. These guys are all right around the same laps on their tires, 13 laps on their tires. A couple of these guys only have 9 laps, but 13 laps to 9 laps seems to be the advantage. But yeah, I was wrong about that one.
Yeah, I just pulled up here, Daniel Michelle. Yeah, well, I mean, he does have, I would think, be fresh tires. 9 laps. This is a big track, but they ought to hold up pretty well for 9 laps. What do you think?
Yeah, no, you go through tires here.
Oh, okay. Well, look at Paul Dillon. Well, yeah, I don't want to jinx him, but he was or potentially running in first or second here. It's been 14 laps since he pitted, and I remember the camera being on him. It looked like me, he just took fuel only. So,
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. We don't get a good idea of you know, who took fuel and who didn't take fuel, but you know, Bryce Gainey taking the lead away from Paul Dillon. So Gainey coming from, like we said, he had an EOL, started towards the back of the pack, all the way up front. Ian Whittick is with him now, as Paul Dillon still trying to battle on that low end. And, Daniel Michelle on the top side there, trying to pick up some spots. Yeah, 37 to go. So we have crossed the. Oh, look at the 64, the 84. Sorry, tries to shut the door on poor Daniel Michelle. Daniel Michelle, evasive action to get to the inside of him. Yeah, no harm, no foul there. But that was one aggressive move by Ian to shut the door on Daniel. Oh, and the 113 is around the 55, off the nose of the 55 there. Paul Dillon hard into the inside wall. Looks like a single car wreck right there. Paul Dillon was in first, second, and he's dropping all the way back to the end of the field now, and I'm sure he's going to have to come in for pits. Hometown Florida, he is from.
Yeah, I'm kind of pulling for Paul there because he's had such bad luck at the end of these races, and I just want to pull this up real quick to take notice he hasn't used a fast repair yet. So even though that was one rough incident, at least he does have a fast repair. So maybe he can get back up there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you always pulling for him because, like I said, he's always up front. He's sitting 13th in the point standings right now so far this season. Because he just something always happens to him, but he's always up front there. And you know, right now you got Gainey, Bryce is up front, and Bryce Gainey has scored 27th in points in the league. So this could be a huge point stay for Gainey. But Paul Michelle sitting right there in third. He's our points leader for the season, and you know. Our Los Angeles driver, California guy, he's been on point every race all the time. So, you know, we got a long way to the season. Here we go. A lot of guys coming in the pits. Wayne Cannon chooses to stay out. We've got a couple other guys choosing to stay out. The 2 stays out. But, yeah, all your leaders look like they're coming in. Well, this should be interesting. We'll see who comes out of the pits first. The race off of pit road should be pretty important here. I'm sure a lot of guys are going to have to take tires now that didn't take tires before. A lot of guys that took tires before are probably only looking for a splash. As you see the 54 go up in the air. And look at the race off pit road. Who comes out first? Oh, 84. 84 of Eden Whittick. Chris Golden comes out of the pits. I'm sure after his accident there, he's probably used his fast repair already. So he's most likely, yep, there it is. Fast repairs used. He has 0 left, but he's probably running a much more conservative race, try to make it to the end. Oh, league sponsors. I want to shout out one of our newer sponsors is Elite Track Sim Shots. Elite Track Sim Shots owned and operated by Colton Brenner. delivers high-quality HD photography tailored specifically for all your iRacing needs, from capturing intense on-track battles to showcasing detailed cinematic race moments. Elite Track Sim Shots brings your virtual racing experience to life, proudly serving as the official photographer for Four Wide Motorsports. Elite Track Sim Shots ensures every highlight, victory, and unforgettable moment is preserved with precision and style. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to have to challenge Colton there to make us a shot of who is that? The number 12 there, Yogi Schleer. He's got to make that one a poster for FM
Absolutely, man.
FWM.
I was fixing to say a calendar, but I love the poster idea way better. Absolutely, man. That needs to be some sort of screenshot, background, somebody's paint scheme. I don't know, but that thing deserves a lot of attention. I do feel sorry for Yogi,
Absolutely.
but you just don't see awesome wrecks like that every day.
Not at all. But just to answer some things, we got some fans in here. The 31 didn't go, and yet that was a cause of a pretty bad wreck. And it's easy to melt these tires. Yep. And then another comment here is, what about Walters having a great run? Walters is having a great run. He started 10th, and he's still in 10th. So doing a great job keeping that position through over halfway through the race as we go green flag with the 2 out to a great start. Whittick right behind him. And a guy we haven't really talked about much is John Hill up there in 3rd place. Chris Dolan took 3rd away from Hill. But these guys are battling back and forth. Great fight for 3rd and 4th position right now. And here comes Michelle. Daniel Michelle coming up the inside of the track right now. With the 02 on the outside of him, the 03 going up wide there. I know some guys too. They'll run that outside wall of this track eventually as the tire wear goes on. You get a lot of speed up there next to that wall if you can run it. And as we were just talking about Ron Walters, there he is from Charlestown, South Carolina, USA. Racing for the Misfits in that Whitewater Chevy ARCA car. The 03 seems to be losing a lot of time, probably on old tires. This is probably his double stent because he is quite a bit off pace. Go ahead, Tracy. What were you going to say?
Oh, you pretty much took the words right out of my mouth, man. I already had the camera there, and you were headed that way. So
I'll tell you what, as we've been working together long enough, we know where each other's going pretty much now.
It's like, well, I ain't got nothing to say now.
You've been a great help tonight, Tracy. I know last week you had your hands full with the new programming and stuff. As we go 2 rows, 3 wide. Oh God, if this doesn't straighten out smooth. Everybody bite your tongue. Here we come out of 2. Hold on. And they make it through. That was a backstrip. There you go.
I was just fixed to say, don't go 4 wide. Don't go 4 wide.
Yeah, we do live up to the name quite a bit here at 4 Wide Motorsports. These guys do tend to get a little risky. Oh, and another yellow. 7th yellow of the race. What happened here? Guys are starting to check up, slow down. What do you got for us, Tracy?
I'm showing John Hill.
Ooh. Yeah, the 3 got real loose, and unfortunately, the 02, I think it was, or the 2.
I think it was the 02. Boy, that's going to be hard to place some blame there. He'll.
Yeah, the 3. Oh, the '08. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the '03 just didn't have the tires, and drifts up into the wall, hits that wall a little bit, and checks it up in front of Worthington. Worthington just nowhere to go on that real fast run towards the outside. Unfortunately, gets into the back of them.
Well, look who's in the lead, man. Chris
Wow,
Golden.
and there he is. Chris Golden, Elk City, Oklahoma, USA, Golden Chef Racing. Mr. ARCA himself, as you can see his picture, that's him in the his ARCA Series car. And he races for Club Racing. And he's trying to get back in that car for a couple races this year. If you stay tuned, we'll let you know as the time gets closer when he will be in that car, and it will be live on TV. I think they broadcast those races on FS1 nowadays. Real quick, let's talk about Angry Chef Designs. Angry Chef Designs is a premier iRacing paint shop owned and operated by Hunter Carlson, specializing in high-quality custom racing liveries. As a proud sponsor of the 4 Wide Motorsports Racing League, Angry Chef Designs brings creativity, precision, and passion to every design, from bold, aggressive styles to clean, professional schemes. Each paint is crafted to help drivers stand out on the track. With a commitment to detail and customer satisfaction, Angry Chef Designs delivers top-tier visuals that match the competitive spirit of iRacing. Yeah, and you can see Hunter Carlson does a great job and gets very creative. Like I said at the beginning of the race, I don't think the fans could hear me, but you can't miss that bright yellow green there and the neon purple that he has on his vehicle. I vote for when we get into the playoffs or the last few races to show everybody who's fighting for points, to put the top 10 in maybe that paint scheme on. Let them go for it.
Absolutely, Charles. And take notice who's on the bumper corners there.
Oh boy, there's little Tracy there, and I think right next to little Tracy, if I'm not mistaken, that's Chris Golden.
Yeah, that's little Chris. Little Chris and little Tracy on the back of Hunter Carlson's car.
Absolutely, man. That's a great picture of you two guys.
Hey, you guys stay away from that bumper, man. I need to keep my good looks there.
Yeah, definitely want to keep that clean. And real quick, that's 213 somewhere on the back of that car too, where virtual racing meets real world style. Gear up with 213 somewhere sim racing apparel, perfect for representing your favorite league, team, or driver. Contact them at 213 somewhere at gmail.com for inquiries, or go to simware.com, 213simware.com, and go ahead. There's some stuff up there. Last year's Danny Michelle's championship stuff is on that site. As the pace car dips in, we're going to go green with Chris Golden leading the way. As we call him, Mr. ARCA himself is going to bring us down to the green flag as we cross the restart zone, and he takes off. With 26 laps to go, so he almost brings us to the Chris Golden time to dig. And if he stays in front here, well, but Danny Michelle's going to challenge him down on the low side. Chris Golden gets a great run off the top, but Danny Michelle is there. Door, they go into turn 3.
I was going to say, you can't pass Chris on the 25th lap for the time to dig moment. But Danny Michelle's running the 25 car, so he's like, I'm going to steal the moment.
As he definitely did, but yeah, we're inside 25 laps to go. 24 laps to be exact, so this is the Chris Golden time to dig, as he's in second place now, trying to make those tires work for him.
Well, Charles, I think it's really going to come down to who gets behind who, because from what I have seen, that draft...
Oh, absolutely. These guys are going to have to find somebody to work with, and who's going to have tires at the end. I think some of these guys that, you know, are on strategy here haven't taken their last set of tires yet.
And look who...
There are 24 laps to go. As we're going 3 wide, and we got Paul Dillon up in the middle of 3, going into treacherous turn number 1. Oh my God, are they going to make it through? Yes, they do. They go 2 wide now. Up against the wall. They make it through. Chris Golden taking another run to the inside on Danny Michelle. Daniel Michelle, not Danny Michelle.
Well, Danny rolls off the tongue a little easier. Hope he doesn't take offense.
Yeah, I don't want him to take offense, but good guy he is. Talk to him. How many times do we talk to him up in the booth now, Tracy?
I think it's every race, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got his own seat up here now. Well, as these guys are coming to 22 to go, as I was saying before all that action happened, as Paul Dillon back up into 3rd place now. These guys still, they cannot make it on fuel. This was, remember, we had 25 laps to go. The fuel window's about 20 laps or so, maybe a little over if they get into a draft. So it's cutting it real close. These guys are going to have to make a stop and splash, maybe. Yeah, just to let you guys know, we got 21 cars still on the lead lap here. Daniel Jones taking up the rear of the field. Not sure what happened to him, but he's off pace, very slow. Oh, another yellow flag. 8th caution on the race. Lots of smoke back there, as you see Daniel Jones slowing it down. The 1 sideways across the track. That's Steve Castle. The 84 involved. Wayne Cannon involved. Bradley Young involved. Let's see what happens here. Oh, as we tried to, the 1 looks like he stuck it in there trying to go 4 wide, and the 89 didn't realize he was there. 89 of Bradley Young. Just coming up the track, and the 1 was there sticking his nose in 4 wide. Well, there you have it. There's our 4 wide moment of the race.
Ooh.
And that takes... Oh, Wayne Cannon spins out. That's where he gets caught up. A lot of guys got caught up in that. Oh, hard hit to the inside wall by Wayne.
Man, that is just so unfortunate, because I mean, it really wasn't a big incident, but oh my goodness, man, it caused an awful lot of damage there to an awful lot of cars.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, look at the car wash. But I just noticed that everybody was coming down pit lane, because now if you fuel up here, you definitely can make it to the end. So if you have a set of tires and you see Paul Dillon's car goes up, he has tires. I wonder if Hunter Carlson's sitting in. Yep, Hunter Carlson's car goes up. You see Daniel Michelle take off. Gainey took off. But a lot of those guys stayed out for, got a splash. A lot of those guys came in for tires. So.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it looked like to me that Danny Michelle had a 6.8 second stop. I don't think that's long enough to take 2 tires. I don't believe.
No, your tire stops are anywhere from 14 to about 15 seconds here.
But
Yeah, this pit crew isn't the NASCAR guys. They can't get it done quite as fast as the NASCAR boys do it, but they are professional in their own way. But they're not pulling 9-second full pit stops or 10-second full pit stops.
well, according to what I'm seeing here, then Paul Dillon was the first one to take tires, and Ron Walters fuel. Hunter Carlson took tires. Nicholas Mollet took tires. Chris Golden took tires. Yogi Schleer took fuel. Dallas Sunderman and Antonio Mancini both took tires. So that is an equation for chaos here, Charles. I mean, because you got everybody's own fuel, everybody can make it, but now you have guys with new either 4 tires, right sides, some guys with no tires. Oh wow, this is going to be
you got quite a mix here.
Yeah.
But on the good note is we had 23 something guys. I think I said 21, 23 guys on the lead lap or something. After that crash, we only have 18 now. So a couple of guys retired after that last incident there. Incident after incident, they kind of had to. But this race is far from over for these guys up front. There's so much more racing left, and like you said, the strategy is out the window. Everybody's on a different strategy. We're just gonna have to hold on tight because this race is gonna get real good now. Yeah, Dave says this is a lot more fun to watch than to be out there. I am sure you're right, because this is absolutely nerve-wracking for a lot that guys. I think I was correct when I said nerve-wracking.
I was just coming across
coming across the starting line, and it is Denny Michelle wins the race to the starting line to the green flag. Everybody else in tow. Seems like that bottom line's got a little bit better a run than the top, but the top will come in towards the exit of the corner, I believe. And you see that 54 making a great run down the exit of the corner. But your top 3 right there pulling out single file. Look at Hunter Carlson and Chris Golden right behind Hunter Carlson. These guys know how to work together. We've seen them work together plenty of time.
Yeah, if I was Paul Dillon, I would get right in front of Hunter Carlson and ride that, because I'm assuming Hunter Carlson he kind of stayed quiet tonight, but that's a good thing. And now he's got Chris Golden right behind him. Well, so much
Chris
for my
Golden moves to the top line.
Yeah. I would have lost money
now
on
he's
that
racing, but yeah, he's racing Hunter Carlson a bit. You've got a lot of great side-by-side racing here coming to 16 laps to go. Any one of these guys could catch Daniel Michelle. It looks like Paul Dillon's making moves now. Got quite a bit of a run. You got to remember, Dillon's on tires. Dillon's got. I don't know how much longer he had on tires than the 25 there, but
Yeah, that's something that we really don't, well, we're not able to see through iRacing. Is how many tires they take in the pits or how long they've been on.
yeah, absolutely, Tracy. That's a lot of information that you need a lot more guys in the booth trying to figure all that out. Pit reporters and everybody else jotting down information and doing math all race long. Yeah, maybe someday we'll get there for you guys. If you guys in our fans share. We can bring on more sponsors, and we definitely have opportunities for sponsorships here. You can sponsor races with us and all sorts of stuff. If you click the QR code, we usually have one floating around on the broadcast somewhere. And that will bring you to league sponsorship. It will bring you to how you join the league and all sorts of fun stuff here at Four Wide Motorsports. This is Paul Dillon and Danny Michelle and Gainey, Golden, Carlson, the top 5 right here, just trying to make it work, trying to figure something out with 13 laps to go, 12 this time by. Golden really searching for anything he can down there to keep up with these guys. Oh, we got another caution flag. You know, and caution after caution, these restarts wreak havoc on these tires. Every time these guys are going to slow down and you know, get back on it again, it's wreaking havoc for them. So these guys up front don't want to see this. Oh, as you got the 01 and the 03 just drives right through the 01. I wonder what had happened there. It's just the 01 slow up way too much for the 03 or.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. That almost looked like that might have been a score settling event. But you can just never tell by the way these guys.
Yeah, here he goes low, nice and low. And, just with the inside the cockpit, that looks a lot different. You know, just slid up the track, didn't have the traction, but outside the car, it looked like he just ran him over and didn't look back.
It did. But you can see it did not, from the cockpit view, it did not look near that bad. I mean, it almost looked like the one was coming down some, but from the chopper view there, it just looked like he just kind of lost the nose and drifted up there. Unfortunately, the one of Steve Castle was kind of paying the price for that.
Yeah, very unfortunate because I'm sure all these guys by this time, 9th caution of the race, 11 laps to go, I'm sure all of them have used up a fast repair at some point in time here. So yeah, race recap. We're at 70 of 80 to go. Daniel Michelle is your leader. 9 cautions for 21 laps. 7 drivers for 10 lead changes. That's amazing. And your fastest lap is Mr. ARCA himself, Chris Golden, with 38.5 at 187 miles per hour. Like I said, I thought it was close to 190, but I didn't want to say it was 190. More like 170, 180 is average speed. And if you get a good push, you're going to get up to 190 there, maybe.
Yeah, that's still getting on up there pretty close to what the Cup cars do. I'm not sure if they go over 200 miles an hour on this track now. Do you remember? Or do you know, I should say?
The ARCA series, I really don't know. And I'm sure at Daytona, they're pretty dang close to that. I mean, if they're running, you know, this track at almost 190, I could imagine a little, you know, little longer straightaways of Daytona, a little bit more banking, they could get up there a little bit more.
Yeah.
Closer to 200.
Yeah. Got to put on your big boy or big girl pants. Run these tracks.
Yeah, that's you know, if you've ever been up to that speed in a car or close to 100 miles an hour, you know things happen quite quickly, but you double that speed and it's absolutely insanity.
Well, here we go,
so
Charles.
We're gonna restart them. Yeah, we're gonna restart them with less than 10 to go here. It'll be 9 to go at the line. The pace lights are off, so that tells me we're going green with 9 laps left. And you got Chris Golden on the outside now. Hunter Carlson behind him. You got Daniel Michelle on the inside with Dylan behind him. So, you know, who you gonna go with out of those 4? It could be anybody's race, and don't count these guys out behind them. Mole, Bloomer, Mancini, Sunderman, Baker. Weevil, King, those guys could make a run from the back there. As the pace car goes in. Beautiful start of that restart zone, and we'll see who gets the jump here. Danny Michelle takes him to the green. Wins the drag race to the checkered flag, but here comes Chris Golden. Holding on to that P2, but Paul Dillon on the inside there. Trying to fight Chris Golden off. Tucker Carlson drops down behind Paul Dillon. And they slot in on the top line. Hunter Carlson is still on that low line. Great push by the two. We're going to go 3 wide, coming down the front stretch. Ten gets the better of the deal. Still 3 wide. And look at Paul Dillon. Paul Dillon up there making a cut. Oh, as we got cars come together. 24 up the track a little bit there. Still fighting on 3 wide. Oh, they're getting straightened it up. Paul Dillon up against the wall, gets a little loose. Loses a lot of speed there.
Yeah, low line to me.
Looking to the inside. Hunter Carlson there. Hunter Carlson takes that low line, that 54, slid up the track quite a bit, had to slow it down. Now he's off speed as you see the 10 get by him pretty quickly. And they'll push it 3 wide. Going into turn 1, 3 wide. 3 rows back from the lead. As Chris Golden continues to work over Daniel Michelle. Oh, now you got Paul Dillon going down there to help out Chris Golden. Golden gets a great shove into the corner, but it's like nobody knows who to help out here because you can't anticipate who's going to win.
Yeah, and it's like the leaders don't know which lane they need to be in because you don't know which lane the guys behind you are going to take. So it doesn't look like anybody's going to receive any kind of help. Not consistent help, anyway.
I'm sorry, Tracy, you were breaking up in my ear, so apologize because I didn't quite get what you were saying there. But oh, what a run. What a run by the 113. Coming out of 4, with a bunch of gas. And now look how bunched up we are here at the beginning of the 5 to go, and everybody's right on top of each other here. 3 wide in that second row, 3 wide in the 4th row. Antonio Mancini fighting on. Chris Golden loses a lot of spots there. Once you don't get help here, and we're 3 wide down the front stretch again, but once you don't have help, that's it. You're hung out to dry.
Yeah, and I think, well, I was fixated that's what's going to happen to Paul Dillon here, but he does have the 02 coming up now, but not like Mancini is doing to the 54 there, gaining. I'm not sure if their teamwork is intentional or not.
Yeah, I don't know. 3 laps this time by. And Michelle's off to a great lead now. He's got almost a 4-second lead, 0.4 second lead, while everybody else is behind him trying to figure it out. He's pulling away. These guys are looking anywhere, trying anything they can to get that last ditch run. Somewhere it's going to come. As you can tell, these guys are getting very antsy. Oh, and the 58 turns. Oh my goodness, and that's right up front. Guys, this is not the time for a wreck. How many guys were involved there? That was up front, right with our leader. Couple cars around. We're going to have to restack them, and we're going to have to go for a green-white checkered, as we got Bryce Gainey with an fortunate meatball, Robert Weevil with the meatball in the 53. Yeah, the 54 and the 53. This is what I want to see. What happens here with the 58? The 54 looks like they don't have any momentum there coming out of the. Oh, man. Dallas Sunderman trying to get through that. Yeah, let's watch it from here. See what happens. Yeah, yeah, the 58's just trying to push through the 54. Unfortunately, gets through him. Paul Dillon. Look at how close that was for Paul Dillon.
Oh
I
man, that
cannot
was
believe
lucky.
Paul Dillon
Yeah,
got through that.
that was lucky.
Well, I'd like to give a shameless shout out here to Four Wide Motorsports Network here on YouTube. Four Wide Motorsport Network serves as the official broadcast network for Four Wide Motorsports Racing under the leadership of lead producer Tracy Brown. All broadcasting operations are managed with a commitment to excellence and professionalism. Each week, our coverage is delivered by a distinguished team of lead and color commentators, including Flow Racing's very own Scott Shives, who joins us every once in a while. Also in the booth, we have Emmett Crow, myself, Charles Oberg, Colton Brenner, who is out on the track tonight, Kyle Dumas, Dustin Glenn, and Jay Roos, who provide expert insight and comprehensive analysis to enhance the viewing experience. Full wide Motorsports Network here on YouTube. And fans, I hope you're enjoying the show. Give us a thumbs up over here on the YouTube channel so we, could get the algorithm to work for us and have this pop up to many, many places. So subscribe, like our broadcast, and get the word out there. Let's grow this channel, and we could do these lot more of these races. Big things coming from Four Wide Motorsports in the next couple seasons here. So definitely stay tuned. Well, Tracy, green, white, checkered, man. This is what it's come down to. Daniel Michelle on the inside of Sunderman. Paul Dillon on the inside of Chris Golden. Mole and who's that? Nicholas Mole. Somebody at the O2. We've mentioned the O2 quite a bit, but I haven't mentioned the name Nicholas Mole too much. Antonio Mancini, he's been around. Hunter Carlson, Drew King, Ian Whittick. Yogi Tesler, Mr. I guess we could call him a wannabe astronaut, NASA candidate this race.
Evil Knievel, anyway.
Evil Knievel, anyway, or the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Enthusiast. That was absolutely insane. I want to take a look back at that at some point. But yeah, the pace car's in, and here we go. Green, white, checkered. So you got to make it around one time for this race to be official. But here we go, up to a green flag start. Danny Michelle gets out to the lead. Paul Dillon right behind him. And that front group is stuck together like glue. Going into the first corner here. 4 wide almost going into that, coming out of that corner. It's 2 wide. So they all file in. No harm, no foul there. Oh, as Chris Golden gets bumped out of the lane there, the 0-2 got a little loose, bumped Chris up the track. He gets shuffled back quite a bit. As we go 3 wide for the lead. 3 wide for the lead on the final lap. Hunter Carlson comes out. Look at the run Danny Michelle's going to get on the top. Hunter Carlson closes that off. Oh, Danny Michelle kind of gives him a nudge. Upsets the car a little bit. Hold. Oh no, we got cars in the back, turned in the back. Oh my goodness, that's going to end the race for them. But here comes the lead right now. Daniel Michelle takes your checkered flag. Hunter Carlson, second place. Paul Dillon in third. Nicholas Moll in fourth. And Ian Whittick rounds up your top 5. And honorable mentions, we got Ron Walters in the 99 in 6th place. And Antonio Mancini in 7th. Hayden Bloomer in 8th. Devin Baker in 9th. And Dallas Sunderman with a meatball comes in 10th, your top 10th. And our Australian buddy, Bill Cramsey, all the way from Australia to Michigan, puts in a stout 11th place finish right there. But ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the finish of Michigan 160 FWM Network, 4 Wide Motorsports Network, is going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with you for post-race interviews. Absolutely. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's it. So what do we got? We got Daniel Michelle, Hunter, and Paul. All right, I'll bring them in. Guys, we're just standing by waiting for Tracy to get back from a bathroom break. I can't see Hunter because I think he's in the admin channel. Can you bring him down? I sent him a message.
There he is.
He's here.
Yeah, he just got in.
Well, I made it through the tornado.
Which one?
Fuck. I said, fuck it. As long as there's no tornado on the ground within a mile of me, I ain't leaving.
Oh, I thought you meant the tornado on the track, man.
No, like actual tornadoes, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Uh, well, yeah, if you want to do two. I'll do 3 and 1. And I'll bring us in.
Yeah.
Get raced.
Welcome back to Four Wide Motorsports and Four Wide Motorsports Network. At the conclusion of the Michigan 160, I'm here with Mr. Paul Dillon, who comes in third place tonight with a fantastic race. Paul, explain us that race, man. You were up front, you fell back, you came back up front. It was like a yo-yo all night. How'd you feel tonight?
I call that driving pissed off. All right. Sorry to put it that way. But yeah,
No,
up front, doing great. Some of these guys need to hold their line, man. So yeah, fought my way back. I don't know. I think I got hit again. I had to go back and then come back to the front. So yeah, man, it was exciting. I had a great time. Passing people, just uh, yeah. But I kept making it back to the front. So yeah, this 113 Haviland Ford was fast all night long, and just missed it out a little bit at the end.
Yeah, it was absolutely a chaotic race, and you had some real close calls in there, especially to the end, just getting out of the way of a couple accidents. Any strategy changes you do for the next time, or you're gonna set yourself up a little bit different the next race, or what's your thoughts going forward after this race?
Oh man, pure luck. It cautions. You got a double stint tires. You actually got to think. You just don't get in and drive and say, "Oh, I got 40 laps of fuel." It's all good. 20 laps of fuel. You got a double stint, so yeah, you got to play a strategy. And dude, I just wing it, man. There's no formula.
No, there really isn't any strategy when you have that many cautions and the level of competition out on the track like you do here. But congratulations, a hard fought third place, and I'm going to hand you the microphone, man. It's your time to thank whoever you'd like.
Well, thank Four Wide Motorsports for putting this on YouTube and getting it out there. Um, and my competitors, Daniel, congratulations, great job. I'm gonna get your ass though one day, so keep looking in the mirror.
Absolutely. Well, once again, Paul, congratulations on P3, and I'm going to send it to producer Tracy Brown because he has our second place competitor, Mr. Hunter Carlson, for an interview.
For the most part, it was planned. I was trying to feel it out through the beginning of the race, and what uh what I was seeing, I just didn't really like. It was kind of more of a hornet's nest up front than it was in the middle of the pack, and I kind of felt more comfortable there. I definitely didn't want to be in the back, especially with how many cautions we had from back there, and the front of the pack was overly aggressive, just 3-4 wide everywhere, and I figured once we get under around 20 to go, I'm gonna try to just start working my way to the front a little bit and see what I can do there. Just try to get myself in position in case we went green. Just try to stick with the front pack. But then the caution started falling. Then we had a caution with green, white checker, and I lined up. I think I was third, fifth, something like that. I don't know. I got a good start, and I just had to pick and choose my battles. Really was the main explanation there. Yeah, for the most part, just because I mean, I tend to plan my races based on the first run of the race, depending on how it goes. If we go green the first run of the race, I kind of know how the rest of the race is going to go. But this race kind of started off caution, then we had another one, then we had another one. I think I didn't take tires until lap like almost 40. So I was just saying, as long as I can stay out of trouble and try to be there at the end, because I figured this race is going to be a race of survival. And it was. We had a lot of people that were really fast at the beginning not be able to finish because they ran out of their faster pair and they got caught up in other people's stuff. And I didn't want any part of that, and figured if you're there at the end, you're going to have a better shot to win the thing. I mean, just I don't blame him at all for jumping up. I believe it was when he was running the bottom, jumping up. You had to be on the top really to be able to have any kind of shot, just because you got such a good run off the top there, especially with the draft. And I was stuck on the bottom. It seemed like all night. I just couldn't get up there, and finally got up there. I was able to get up there in the front, but no, I'm not upset with him at all, and we didn't really talk about it. I honestly didn't think the draft was going to come in that big of a play. I figured we'd get strung out and we'd have long green flag runs to the end, but obviously this draft was a lot stronger than I thought, and we're a lot more packed up, more like Daytona than any other place I've ever ran. Um, Eastern Technical Designs. Thank you, Tracy. Golden Chef Speed Shop, obviously. Thank you, Chris, for allowing me to build these sets. These things are so much fun to do. I think I got these ARCA cards about figured out. I'm excited that in the next week's set, I have it almost done, ready for the initial test phase there. I got the Monday set for 2 weeks from now ready. Want to thank Four Way Motorsport Networks. I want to thank everything you and Chooch are doing here tonight. Wish we had a second broadcaster in the booth to help you guys out, but all that. And I want to thank Wayne for allowing 4Y Motorsports to have an iRacing league. This thing's growing every week. And I do want to say one thing to the viewers out there. We're going to get this thing figured out. We're going to get these races to have under 5 cautions. We're going to go green to checkered one of these races. Hopefully a lot more than one of them, but we'll get it done. And lastly, it's great to finish second or even on the podium with a front fender this week. And 2 for 2 on second place finishes in this game. So hopefully we can get a win next week in it.
Yes, sir, Tracy. I am here with Daniel Michelle. No surprise, the 25 back in victory lane once again. Daniel, walk us through that chaotic event tonight, man. It seemed like you were taking it a little easy for a while, but then at the end, man, you really turned it on and just did what you do every week. How'd you feel out there tonight?
Yeah, today was an interesting race. A lot of what was going on was mostly because the draft here is so strong. And like Hunter said, high side, you're running that in order to pass people. You need to be up there in order to maintain that momentum since Michigan is all momentum. And yeah, it was mostly just being patient, letting people kind of shuffle themselves around. You maintain your line, just focus on slowly, methodically moving towards the front. I did have a little bit of contact under caution, uh, well, from a caution, a little bit of damage onto the right front, but we repaired that, got the car back out there, and once I made my way back to the front, I just held the top side. I didn't really try and run the bottom anymore. When I was testing this setup, the bottom was really good. So I knew that I was going to have some competition, especially there towards the end, knowing that the caution was probably going to come out the last 5 laps. So I just tried to run my best lines on the top side, and luckily it worked out. Hunter got by me on that last lap, but I was able to get by him.
Yeah, no, amazing job out there. I joked around a little bit. We definitely have a chair up here with your name on it in the booth. Because you're here every every week and week out, number one in the points right now. What's your plans going forward? You gonna keep it, keep your pedal to the metal and keep going, or you gonna I don't know, maybe change up some strategy, make it a little bit more interesting for these guys, or yeah, I don't know what there is to be said, man. You week in and week out, you're putting it on the victory lane. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I will say at the end of this season, I think I'm gonna hang it up for a little bit. So I might, hop in to the booth maybe or do something like that with you guys just to hang out, maybe talk about the race, be an additional broadcaster, but just to help you guys. But yeah, I just want to finish off this season strong, do the best I can. I'm trying not to be involved in a lot of incidents, but the last few races have been really rough, so I'm really happy that this race was at least somewhat clean. But that's just for me. So there's a lot of stuff we got to work on as a series as a whole. All of us drivers tone down our aggressiveness, understanding how other drivers drive. Obviously, we've only had a few races. Some of the newer guys, you're gonna race very few and in between, and you just got to get used to it, unfortunately. And this race was a good example of just people kind of not knowing who they're racing around and wrecks just happening.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, couple 4 wide moments, a lot of 3 wide moments, and you come off of turn 2 and the track seems to get real tight on you real quick there. But you did a great job, hard-earned first place finish. I'm going to give you the mic, and you could go ahead and thank everybody you can.
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys first off, foremost. A lot of wrecks this race, but you guys were in here making it interesting, keeping everyone entertained. Uh, all the admins hosting the sessions, making the setup. It was a great setup. There's nothing bad I can say about it. I didn't even need to take my second set of tires. Um, and it was just a lot of fun to be on this track with this setup. All the drivers that showed up today, I know it was a really rough race, but it's gonna keep happening until we start to understand what we can and can't do with our cars, and maybe our skill level isn't exactly what we're doing with the car, but that's a learning curve. And once we get used to each other, it's gonna be better. So I wouldn't get too angry now. I do want to thank everyone watching. Uh, you guys did have that audio issue at the start of the race, so I'm glad you guys fixed that. But yeah, thank you to everyone.
Well, congratulations once again. The 25 of Daniel Michelle, sorry, comes in first place once again here at Michigan 160. And yeah, man, you couldn't have said it better. That setup was amazing. I jumped in practice and ran a couple hot laps, and I actually felt pretty good about being second fastest right behind you. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, man, congratulations once again. And yeah, I do apologize to the fans. We did have our mics on during that break before the post-race interviews, and if we said anything too out of pocket, I will apologize for that. That was supposed to be our break, but yeah, that's about it. I have. Just, a couple sponsors I'd like to thank here are, Four Wide Motorsports Network, Eastern Technical Designs, uh, 213 Simware, um, Chris Golden, Speed Shops, on and on. The list goes on and on. I don't have them up in front of me right now, but week in and week out, we thank our sponsors for everything they do, and thank all the fans for being here. I want to thank Tracy. First and foremost, man, I couldn't do this without you, Wayne. Um, Hunter Carlson, all the admins in this group. Thank you all, and we will see you next week at Richmond. So we're going from 2 miles down to a short track. So if you think this one was exciting, wait until you see him race at Richmond. Guys, for Four Wide Motorsports and Four Wide Motorsports Network, I'm Charles Chooch Oberg. You guys have a good night, and we will catch you next week. Same time, same place.